be sharing a bit about my first pregnancy journey and my experience as a first-time mom.
When I found out I was pregnant, the first thing Kaming and I did was to visit the nearest Klinik Kesihatan Malaysia, which is the Ulu Klang branch. However, the nurses mentioned that we have to go to the KKM nearest to our registered home address. So we had to go to KKM TT Wangsa. When we arrived there, it was crowded and appointments were needed due to the COVID-19 restrictions. Our plan B was to visit a private hospital near our home.
So we made an appointment with a gynae called Dr. Lau Wee Ho at Columbia Setapak. And the reason why we chose that hospital is because it's the one nearest to our home. So it's more convenient for us for checkups. And because Dr. Lau is one of the top, top 100 gynaes in Malaysia, this was the information we found online. And we just decided to give it a go. And when we reached the hospital, we met with Dr. Lau. The waiting time was about half an hour to 45 minutes, not too long. And throughout the checkup, Dr. Lau did an ultrasound for me. And after that, pretty much we just went for our regular checkups with him, like monthly checkups. I found out that I was in my 8th week during my first checkup. And after that, Dr. Lau actually prescribed some medicine for my pregnancy, basically those antenatal medicine. So I started off with folic acid, and I think in my 10th week checkup, I actually found out that I had gestational diabetes. So I had to be really strict with my diet. Low carb, low sugar, and also got prescribed with the metformin medication to control my sugar level. Doctor advised that if I don't control the sugar level well, I have to undergo insulin injection. So I pretty much had to undergo like really strict diet throughout the pregnancy. And it was such an experience. Before I was pregnant, I actually weighed 60 kg, and throughout the pregnancy, my weight started to drop even more, even with the baby. So it dropped to, I think, 57 before it went back up when it reached the 3rd trimester. I was 60 kg again at the end of my pregnancy. So it's like one full circle. It's quite interesting. Not only did I have a GDM, but I also had a few rounds of UTI, and I had to take medicine for that as well to like clear out the infection. How did I manage the GDM issue and to control my diet? Basically, the doctor advised for me to split up my meals, because when I had the normal meal like breakfast, lunch, dinner, my glucose level after each meal is actually quite high. I can't eat like a full meal at once. The idea is to get the sugar level to be like controlled across the day rather than the spikes. So I would usually eat breakfast at 8 a.m, let's say like half a bread, and then morning tea around 11 a.m. to eat the remaining half of the bread. And then during lunchtime, I split the meals again for lunch and then tea time. And during dinner, I will have a smaller portion of meal, and I usually don't take supper. So these are the medication that I had to take throughout my pregnancy journey. Yes, a lot. It's the most I had to take in a period of time, because I usually don't like to swallow tablets, but because of this baby, I had to be very strict and had to be disciplined to eat my medication. So I had to force myself to swallow pills, even though it's like huge. Yeah. Other than that, I was also using a glucometer to test my blood sugar level after each meal, and had to log it in a logbook, what type of food I ate and then what's the reading after the meal. And this is my glucometer kit I bought from Big Pharmacy. So it has the needle measuring device here to measure my blood glucose level after each meal. So I will show you how it works. So basically, we'll take out one needle. Hook it into the device. Oops. Secure it in. testing strip. Oops. Okay, and insert the testing strip here. This indicator means you can put in blood. So always take out a alcohol swab and swab your finger. And choose any finger. Usually I do the middle one. Let it dry a little, and then ready to inject. Once you get the blood out, then you can hook it. And then you just wait for the results. Okay, 4.3 is considered good reading, and it's this 2 hours post meal because I had my breakfast like earlier on. Wipe off the blood as well. I think during my first trimester, I was really blessed. I didn't have any morning sickness. All I had was a very low appetite during dinner. I can't really eat a lot during dinner. I know that I didn't like chicken rice and I didn't like Thai food. I don't know why. I had a lot of cravings, but I can't really go all out on my cravings because of my diabetic issue.
We also visited a OBGYN specialist named Dr. Bhaskaran at Glen Eagles Hospital for 2 detailed scans during my 2nd and 3rd trimester. Dr. Bhaskaran's expertise is fetal medicine, and he was recommended by a colleague of mine.
On maternity fashion or accessories, basically I didn't have to buy a lot of maternity clothes. I just bought a pair of leggings and a maternity dress. Other than that, I could fit in other normal dress as long as it doesn't have a back zipper and it's stretchable. On maternity accessories, I was gifted a pregnancy pillow by a good friend, and it helped me sleep better throughout the night with less pressure on the back. The pregnancy pillow that was gifted by Alyssa. So it's a U-shaped pregnancy pillow. Next up, confinement planning. So it's important to plan your confinement month early. I think it's more common among Chinese, I'm not sure, but yeah, we will usually have a confinement lady to help us after we deliver, the 1 month after we deliver. Or nowadays, it's more trendy to go to a confinement center. So I suggest you can weigh the pros and cons on having confinement lady to stay in with you, or a confinement center where everything is provided. For the confinement lady, the one good thing is that you'll be settled down at home right after you deliver, and pretty much everything is in place, and the confinement lady will be like one-on-one attention with you and your baby. I think one downside is that you would have to buy all the ingredients for the confinement lady to cook for you. This is for home confinement, and I also hear that some confinement lady might be quite strict with their own principles and might instill certain values of like how to manage the baby, and maybe some mothers would not like that. Another thing is that I heard that some confinement lady actually encourage the baby to sleep with the parents, so maybe throughout that 1 month you wouldn't have much rest, since at night you have to take care of the baby. As for the confinement center, everything is provided: nursing services and the food and massages for the mothers, but it costs a bomb. So yeah, for Kami and I, we decided, because it's my first pregnancy, and I think it was better for me to settle down in the confinement center where there's 24/7 nursing services for the baby, and if there's anything, the nurse can give us more guidance as parents. So we decided to go with a confinement center in Old Klang Road. It's called Xenia Field Postnatal Retreat. It was recommended by my mom, knows one of the service consultant there. So what's included in the package is 28 days of stay in the center, nursing services 24/7, a few postnatal massage sessions, all the food and beverages and nutritional herbs for the mother, and the father can also stay in with the mom. So it's quite a wholesome, just good enough package for us. And it's one of the more affordable ones in Klang Valley because other centers are quite expensive. Oh, and one more thing that was quite cool is that there was a newborn photography session that was included, as well as a family photography session. I think one of the challenge for going to this confinement center is the distance, because it's about 25 to 30 minutes away from my house. So when Kami needs to go back to run some errands, it will take quite some time to go back and forth. And for visitors, they limit to family members only because of the COVID-19 restrictions. This center is a house. It's like a semi house like that. So for me, I went through a cesarean delivery. Because of the C-section, I had my wound, and the first week was pretty much very tough because you need to take care of the wound, and it is quite painful once the painkiller wears off. So when I reached the center, I had to climb the stairs because my room was actually on the 3rd floor, so that was a bit tough. The delivery was pretty much smooth, and thank God that everything went well. For my first time experience going for operation, for me, I think right after the operation, I pretty much knocked out for 2-3 hours after that, because it was very nausea and dizzy and just wanted to lie down. I was able to get enough rest throughout the stay in the hospital, and I had a lot of support from Kami and also my family members who came to visit. So the love and support and the prayers really much sustained me throughout that period of time. I was really glad to be able to also travel during my pregnancy in my 3rd trimester, but I didn't fly by plane, just went on road trips in Malaysia and also to Singapore by car. So the traveling experience was also okay. I think it was a bit hard for me to walk normally in terms of the normal pace because I was quite breathless at the time and I need to go toilet every 5 minutes. But other than that, I was able to sleep well and eat well, so it was good. So that pretty much sums up my journey. I think there are some missing things as well, I did have a baby shower planned by my friends, so that was really nice. A lot of first time events and experience for me, and right now I'm already a mom, and just sharing about first few feelings as a mom is that I was really blessed to have so much support from my husband, and which is Gaming, and then all my family members, my in-laws who are here to take care of Micah whenever we had events and such. As for now, I'm still on my maternity leave. Kami and I are home most of the time, and he goes out for work sometimes, but other than that, we're managing quite well at home with the baby. Micah's a really good boy, gentle and kind. His temperament is really gentle, and I'm just so blessed. We're just so blessed and overjoyed to have this gift from God. And that's pretty much what I would like to share. Hope it helps. A few of the tips, or if there's any questions, I think you can just leave in the comments and I'll address it next time.